Hey guys, it's Eric again. So by now, you should have your model set up in SageModeler. One of the really neat things about the SageModeler platform is that we can use it to simulate change with our system and see how that affects the sand volume on Crystal Coast North Beach. Here, I have a simple model that I created with my project team. To get started, click on the arrow next to Simulate on the upper right hand corner. This is going to turn on slider bars for each of our different model components that can be altered. You can use this to show how varying factors can influence the input and output of sand in the system, and therefore the sand volume. So for instance, let's play around with a little scenario here. I want to see what happens if my storm strength is set to zero, or in other words, there are no storms. So I will make sure that my storm strength is set to zero by dragging that bar down if it isn't already down. And then let's make a prediction. So if there are no storms, I'm going to predict that the wave frequency is going to be lower or decreased. But if our storms increase, then that wave frequency should increase as well. And if our wave frequency is increasing, then I believe our sand volume here is going to start to decrease. So to make that happen or to play that simulation, all I need to do is move the slider bar up and down to see what happens to wave frequency and what happens to the sand volume. So I'm going to go ahead and move this slowly. And as I'm moving this here, you'll see that wave frequency starts to increase as the storm strength starts to increase. But also, you may have noticed that sand volume also decreased. So that's about it. Go ahead and play with your model and see how changes to the system affect the sand volume on the North Beach. On the next slide, you'll find a simple chart that you may want to include in your field notebook. Experiment by adjusting the sliders for at least 4 or 5 of the different factors in your model and see what happens to the sand volume.